The Legion of Superheroes are just a fun team. They have this aesthetic I really love, and they have this way of being both old-fashioned and futuristic at the same time. I guess you'd call that retro-futuristic. But they have such a complicated history, and there's just so many members on the team. I wonder if I can cover something as complicated and a team as large as the Legion of Superheroes in one video. Well, let's find out. Created by writer Otto Binder and artist Al Plastino, the Legion of Superheroes first appeared in Adventure Comics number 247 in 1958. I got that off the top of my head. They started small, but they grew to have so many heroes, and always somebody with a cool power, but they also had some characters with comedic value on the team too. They were time travelers, frequently coming back to the 20th century, and they also had flight rings so that every member of the team could fly, even if flying wasn't part of their power set. Each member had a sort of characteristic power. It was usually because of the planet they came from, or maybe it was from sort of their race on that planet, but occasionally they did get their powers from some kind of accident or secret potion, or pretty much any comic book origin story. But they also had some unique weaknesses. Like, for example, Mon-El, who's a Daxamite. He had all the powers of Superman, but he was allergic to lead. And then you have Ultra Boy. Ultra Boy had all the powers of Superman, but he could only use one power at a time, which I thought was pretty cool because if he wanted to fly, he wasn't bulletproof. If he wanted to lift something heavy, he wasn't bulletproof. If he wanted to be bulletproof, that's all he could be, was bulletproof. And then there was Matter Eater Lad. He had a rough family life, but you go around eating hubcaps, that's kind of on you. So the story of the Legion of Superheroes. They are, or they were, or they will be. It's kind of tough to know which tense to use for a group of superheroes that aren't really constrained by linear time, but they're a club of teenagers. They had a clubhouse that was in the shape of an inverted rocket ship. It really looked like a rocket ship had crashed into the ground, and they painted Superhero Club on it. Some stories included fun moments where these people with off-the-wall powers would try out for the team, and they would get rejected. So those are some of my favorite stories with the Legion of Superheroes. 5 of those rejected heroes actually went on to form the League of Substitute Heroes. But here is how the Legion came about. In the 30th century, the world is a very crowded place. There are thousands of inhabited planets, and this planet doesn't like that planet. It seems like just nobody can get along. Boy, I'm glad the real world isn't like that. But there are those who believe a united galaxy is best for everyone. And one of those folks is R.J. Brand, the galaxy's richest man. He pushed for united planets to handle conflicts between systems. And while he had some support, he also had a lot of resistance. Some bad apples were so opposed to the idea of unity that they wanted him dead. An assassination attempt happened in the presence of 3 teenagers, all strangers to each other. Imra Ardeen from Titan, where people have telepathy, Rock Kryn from Brawl, with the power of magnetic manipulation, and Garth Rands from Wynneth, who gained power over electricity in a bizarre accident. The 3 youths worked together, foiling the assassination and catching the bad guys. Brand liked the cut of their jib and convinced the team to follow in the footsteps of the great heroes of the 20th century. They wore costumes, used code names, and became the Legion of Superheroes. Imra Ardeen was Saturn Girl, Garth Rands was Lightning Lad, and Rock Kryn was Cosmic Boy. They were like a 30th century version of the Three Amigos. News of the Legion spread quickly. You could say it went viral. Next thing you know, there are a bunch of superpowered kids wanting to join. Some had powers native to their home worlds, others had acquired them through strange accidents. It was just a parade of comic book origin stories. The number of people who wanted to join got so big, the team had to hold tryouts, kind of American Idol style. But there were rules about what it took to be considered for a spot. The Legion can only have 25 members, but the club may have unlimited part-time reserve members. No member can be over 18 years old. They must have at least one superpower that they can fully control. They must be courageous and of good character. To become a Legionnaire, a candidate must win a 2/3 vote of at least 3/4 of the acting membership. That's some tough maths right there. There were also some other rules. All Legionnaires must continue to go to school when off duty. You can't play hooky and be a superhero. No Legionnaire may partake in more than 5 successive space missions without a rest period to prevent space fatigue. That's it! That's what's wrong with me! I think I have space fatigue. Cowardice, a loss of powers, and charging a fellow Legionnaire falsely are grounds for dismissal. A hero who retired must submit to hypnotic brainwashing to remove all memory of Legion secrets. Once through the selection process, they could go on missions, including time travel. They go back to the 20th century to hang with their idol, Superboy, the original teen hero. Superboy also went to the 30th century as a regular member of the Legion. Later on, his cousin Supergirl also went on to join the team. The Legion battled pretty much every kind of bad guy you can think of. Alien conquerors, evil wizards, and other superpowered villains. New members did join the team, and their ranks grew. Chameleon Boy, Reap Daggle, a Durlan shapeshifter. There was Invisible Kid, Lyle Norg, who gained his powers from a chemical serum he invented. Karate Kid. No, Knucklehead, not that one. I'm talking about Val Armor from Earth. He knows karate. Phantom Girl, a native of Big Ziddle, was able to phase through stuff. And Brainiac 5, Quirrell Dox of Kalu. He's really smart. Lightning Lad died in Adventure Comics number 304. He sacrificed himself battling Zorion the Conqueror. But don't worry, he got better. He was resurrected by the sacrifice of Prody, Chameleon Boy's shape-shifting pet. Happy to be alive, Lightning Lad and Saturn Girl got hitched. When members of the Legion were falsely imprisoned, Chameleon Boy and the original Invisible Kid created the Legion Espionage Squad. Saturn Girl, Lightning Lad, and Cosmic Boy eventually resigned, and new Legionnaires joined from the Legion Academy. People like Magnetic Kid, Polar Boy, Quizlet, and Tellus. The Legion continued to battle any threat that plagued the universe. Then, Crisis on Infinite Earths threatened everybody in every timeline, all over the multiverse, and yes, that includes you, Gordon Shumway. The Legion gathered with heroes of different eras to fight the Anti-Monitor. Many heroes died in battle to ensure the defeat of the Anti-Monitor, including a member of the Legion, Supergirl. The Anti-Monitor was defeated, and all the heroes returned to their own eras. The Legion continued to safeguard the universe as usual. Then, magic returned to the universe, and technology began to fail. This led to a series of wars known as the Magic Wars. After the Magic Wars, the Legion disassembled, but it was reassembled 5 years later by Chameleon Boy, who felt the need for the Legion in this darker era. By this time, the Dominators, a super scientific race, had control of the Earth. The new Legion did away with much of its childlike past. No more bright costumes or cute code names. This was the no-fun Legion, all dark and brooding and super serious. Their main purpose was to free Earth from the Dominators. Along the way, they discovered a group of Legionnaire clones labeled Batch SW6 that the Dominators had grown and kept hidden under the Earth. These clones were all teenagers, reminiscent of the Legion's early days, and believed that they were in fact the original Legion. Hey, they got some Ben Reilly in my Legion of Superheroes. The clones believed the older Legion was fake on account of the super serious tone and all, and after the destruction of Earth, wait, what? The older Legion team went into hiding and worked in secret. The end of the Legion came with the event known as 0 Hour. The temporal instability of 0 Hour led to a massive battle between Glorith, Mordru, and the Time Trapper against the combined legions of superheroes. The Time Trapper, who was actually Cosmic Boy after an eternity stuck in the Library of Time, I like libraries. That doesn't sound so bad. He revealed that the clones weren't clones at all, that they were versions of the Legion from an alternate timeline, and if the Legion wanted any hope of surviving the coming crisis, they would have to fuse and cancel each other out. The last Legionnaires were also the first. Lightning Lad, Cosmic Boy, and Saturn Girl, and their counterparts were the last to fuse. They merged with each other, and their universe ended. But then it came back! The rebooted Legion began about the same as the original had. Rands, Ardeen, and Kryn foiling an attempt on the life of R.J. Brand and becoming the Legion. This group also grew rapidly, had tryouts, blah, 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 blah. There were some differences, though. Some names were different. Live Wire instead of Lightning Lad. Apparition instead of Phantom Girl, etc., etc. Bouncing Boy and Matter Eater Lad filled roles as the Legion's chief technology and gourmet cook. Should a guy who routinely eats chain link fence really be in the kitchen? A few heroes joined that had no counterparts in any previous incarnations of the Legion, like XS, the granddaughter of Barry Allen, Gates, an insectoid teleporter with communist leanings, and Kid Quantum, who could alter the very flow of time itself. This Legion acted as police, ambassadors, and explorers, working to bring peace and understanding to the galaxy. During this reboot era, half the Legion was stranded in the 20th century following a battle with one of their own, Shrinking Violet, who was controlled by the Emerald Eye of Ekron. That sounds intimidating. Then I think there was a 3-boot. This go around, the exact origin of the Legion is unknown, and the world they live in is very different. It's a time of stagnation and conformity. Physical contact with other people is considered the height of rudeness. That sounds like heaven to me. People in the same room would use electronic means to converse rather than talk to each other. I've done that. Children are biotagged so their parents can track them anywhere. In this environment, the Legion has become an icon of youthful rebellion. While the actual membership of the Legion is only about 20, the thousands of young people who have left their homes and gathered together in its support call themselves Legionnaires. That sounds like the disease that kept me from going to Dragon Con a couple of years ago. The Science Police are the dominant power on Earth, consider the Legion a threat, and yearn to put the Legion under its power. Colossal Boy is now from a race of giants. His superpower isn't growing large, but shrinking down to human size. Isn't that clever? He wants to be called Micro Lad, but his teammates don't go for it. Chameleon Boy, who in previous incarnations was recognizably male, is an androgynous character, drops the boy, and simply goes by the codename Chameleon, not to be confused with the Spider-Man villain. The current Legion exists to fight not only evil, but also conformity, fear, and oppression. Just like the junior high boys of time immemorial. They are at the front lines of the generation gap in the galaxy. Their first battle cry was, "Eat it, Grandpa!" Then came the retro boot. And is that even a thing? It's starting to sound like the Legion has more boots than a Texas shoe shop. This incarnation of the Legion shares the same history as the modern Legion. And, which one is that again? Hold on, I need to get a map. Back in the 30th century, the Earth's sun has turned red. Several failed Legion applicants who were born on Earth band together to form the Justice League of Earth. Their leader, Earthman, claims that Superman was a human who gained his powers from Mother Earth. Earthman gets Earth to secede from the United Planets, and he bans all aliens from Earth. This means the Legionnaires have to go underground. But with the help of Superman, the Legion restores the sun to yellow and defeats Earthman. And they do it all in the nick of time to prevent the United Planets from attacking Earth. In the New 52, we got Legion lost. Wildfire, Dawnstar, Timberwolf, Tyrock, Tellus, Gates, and Chameleon Girl are stranded in the 21st century on a mission to save the future. However, they must remain there after they fear they have contracted a pathogen that could destroy the 31st century if they return. I I really hope it's not that thing going around right now. Cosmic Boy, Chameleon Boy, and Saturn Girl made an appearance on Superman the Animated Series in the 1998 episode New Kids in Town. Jason Priestley, Melissa Joan Hart, and Chad Lowe voiced the characters. The Legion appeared in a 2006 episode of Justice League Unlimited entitled Far From Home. The Legion of Superheroes animated series premiered on Kids WB in September 2006. This is a show that anybody watching this video is probably going to enjoy. If you haven't seen that animated Legion of Superheroes yet, get out there and watch it. What are you doing? Jeff Johns wrote an episode of Smallville titled Legion. The Legionnaires included were Cosmic Boy, Saturn Girl, and Lightning Lad, portrayed by Ryan Kennedy, Alex Johnson, and Colin Worthy. In Supergirl Season 3 episode Wake Up, Mon-El returns and introduces Legion member Saturn Girl. They're joined later by Brainiac 5. And here's a cool fact. In Adventure Comics number 346, Jim Shooter wrote his first Legion of Superheroes story at the tender age of 14 years old. Thanks for checking out the video. I hope you had a little bit of fun, maybe learned a little bit about the Legion. Please subscribe so you can get more videos talking about comic book characters, comic book teams, comic book storylines, comic book events, and general observations about superheroes and other comic book characters and related media. Hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of that good stuff. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and leave me some comments about your favorite Legion moments. There's no way that I could have covered everything in this video, so let me know what you think should have been here. Maybe I can do a Legion Part 2 someday. And until next time, remember, heroes are super.